I believe that everybody deserves a second chance. Am I right? Nobody in this world is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Tell me I'm right about that too. For this video, I'm going to be talking about a previous NBA player that I believe simply deserves a second chance in the NBA. He made a few mistakes in last year's NBA season, and right now, no teams are signing him. The title for this video is going to have the word bargain in it, which basically means, is it worth it? Should the Lakers do it? And in my opinion, when talking about a pure skill value of basketball, talent-wise, skill-wise, I believe the Lakers should target this player, of course, if something happens. So if you're a big Lakers fan and you want to know more about this one player that I'm talking about today, you're going to love this video. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. The biggest conversation about the Lakers right now is the possibility of Marc Gasol leaving the team and not being a Laker. During last offseason, Marc Gasol signed a 2-year deal with the Lakers, and going into this offseason, everybody thought that Marc Gasol was going to be the starting center once again. During this summer, the Lakers were very active. They signed a bunch of good NBA free agents, made a big-time trade of getting Russell Westbrook, and then literally when the roster almost got complete, we got a big-time report that Marc Gasol could be leaving and spending his final professional basketball career in his home country. So now Laker fans everywhere are wondering, is Marc Gasol gonna leave? Is he gonna stay? And with the possibility of him leaving becoming more likely every single day, the Lakers have to act fast. A few days ago, the Lakers only had 2 centers on their roster. They had Marc Gasol and they had Dwight Howard. But literally, there's some good news that they just signed DeAndre Jordan, who got waived by the Detroit Pistons. He got traded to the Pistons from the Brooklyn Nets. So now the Lakers technically have 3 centers: Dwight, DeAndre Jordan, and Marc Gasol. Usually on an NBA roster, you need 3 centers, 2 to play consistent minutes and 1 to be a backup just in case one gets injured. But if Marc Gasol leaves, the Lakers are only gonna have 2 centers. So for this video, I'm gonna be talking about the scenario that Marc Gasol leaves the Lakers and they're in search for one more front court player. The bargain player I'm talking about today is the Lakers targeting Meyers Leonard. Is he a good target? Is he a realistic, reliable target? That's my question for you guys. If you guys truly study basketball and know what's going on in the league, you know that Meyers Leonard is a pretty decent NBA player and is simply a great role player, a great player to come off the bench and be an impactful player in his role. Over the past few seasons, Marc Gasol spent his years with the Miami Heat and was actually part of their NBA Finals run 2 years ago in the NBA bubble. But when talking about this previous NBA season, Meyers Leonard did something off the basketball court that, of course, right now kind of ended his career. What Meyers Leonard did was during the time of March, he was live streaming some Call of Duty Warzone. He said something that was very offensive to the Jewish community, and after that happened, it caused a major, massive uproar, and he even got fined $50,000 from the NBA for his actions. With Meyers Leonard being a part of the NBA, a professional basketball league, there is a high level of respect that the world is looking at you, and if you make one mistake off the floor, it could ruin your career because everybody just simply expects better. After Meyers Leonard said those words, the Miami Heat even went out and dropped this statement. The Miami Heat condemns the use of any form of hate speech. The words used by Meyers Leonard were wrong and we will not tolerate hateful language from anyone associated with our franchise. To hear from a Miami Heat player is especially disappointing and hurtful to all those who work here, as well as the larger South Florida Miami Heat and NBA communities. Meyers Leonard will be away from the team indefinitely. The Miami Heat will cooperate with the NBA while it conducts its investigation. So when this happened, Meyers Leonard basically got cancelled. Just to fast forward a little bit, what happened was Meyers Leonard got traded to OKC, and then OKC ended up waiving Meyers Leonard. And with that being said, Meyers Leonard right now is a UFA, an unrestricted free agent. After everything happened, Meyers went on Instagram and posted this: "I am deeply sorry for using an anti-Semitic slur during a live stream yesterday. While I didn't know what the word meant at the time, my ignorance about its history and how offensive it is to the Jewish community is absolutely not an excuse, and I was just wrong. I am now more aware of its meaning, and I am committed to properly seeking out people who can help educate me about this type of hate and how we can fight it. I acknowledge and own my mistake, and there's no running from something like that is so hurtful to someone else. This is not a proper representation of who I am, and I want to apologize to the Arizons, my teammates, coaches, front office, and everyone associated with the Miami Heat organization, to my family, to our loyal fans, and to the others in the Jewish community who I've hurt. I promise to do better and know that my future actions will be more powerful than my use of this word." It goes back to what I was saying at the beginning. I believe in this world, you deserve a second chance, especially if you did make a mistake. And I don't just believe this, even Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, believes this. Adam Silver says this: people recognize that people make mistakes, that careers shouldn't be erased by a single comment. So with that being said, I'm putting the scenario in that Meyers Leonard is forgiven by the NBA community, NBA teams still value him and want his NBA talents and skills on their team. I believe if the Lakers lose Marc Gasol, Meyers could be a good target. What Marc Gasol brought to the table is simply what Meyers Leonard could bring to replace Marc. He's a big front court player, could offer interior defense, and more importantly, he can space the floor and shoot the 3-ball. With Meyers Leonard only being 29 years old, I still believe he has a lot to contribute to in the NBA when it comes to his skills, and with Meyers being 7 feet tall, weighing about 260 pounds, he is a matchup nightmare for some teams. During last year, Meyers Leonard averaged about 6 points a game and 5 boards, shooting a total of 41% behind the 3-point line, and I believe these numbers are great contributors to an end of the bench position. With Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan being very similar when it comes to the center position, they're playing style, they're simply interior bigs, high energy athletic defenders. I do believe Meyers Leonard brings a different atmosphere at the center position. He's more of a scorer and of course a shooter. If the Lakers end up losing Marc Gasol, I do believe Meyers Leonard could be a good replacement. I do believe that with everything that happened to Meyers Leonard, his mindset has to change where if he gets another chance, he's going to be better than ever. And if the Lakers give him a chance, I do believe we could see a better Meyers Leonard than we've ever seen before. So yes guys, this wraps up my video for today, talking about Meyers Leonard and the possibility of him going to the Lakers. What's most important to me is I want to know your thoughts. Do you believe this is a good decision for the Lakers, or do you believe they should target somebody else? Put your thoughts down in the comments below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets.